Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. How's your week been? How's your preparation going? I hope you're doing great and I hope you're consistently sticking to your daily goals to achieve your GMAT or GRE dream score. So all the best in your preparation. Now, in this video, we will be discussing an important topic which is overlapping sets or Venn diagrams, and you will get questions from this topic on the GMAT or the GRE. So we will in particular discuss overlapping sets where you have two items in this video. Now, before we start with solving a beautiful question to understand how to approach such questions, let me give you a quick tip which you can apply in your GMAT or GRE preparation. So I was for the last few days consistently hitting the gym and running at a certain speed, a certain distance. Okay, so initially for some reason the treadmill's setting was set to miles per hour, and I was running at 11 miles per hour, 12 miles per hour, etc. for about 20 minutes. Now one day when I was running, I felt that it was quite easy to run. Okay, so it was quite easy to hit that 11 or 12, which was the number at the place where the my speed of running was displayed. For few seconds, I did not notice that someone had changed miles per hour to kilometer per hour. And that's why it was easy, right? Because we know that, for example, 10 miles per hour is greater than 10 kilometer per hour. Now, what's the thing that we can learn from this and apply in our GMAT or GRE preparation? If you're a person who's aiming for a top score for the GMAT or the GRE, ensure that you practice with good quality questions. So what do I mean with that? Don't just practice easy questions. It's important that you practice with easy questions to ensure that your fundamentals are very strong. But once your fundamentals are strong, ensure that you practice good questions or difficult questions. Okay, and again, it's good to practice slightly higher difficulty questions than the difficulty of the questions that you will typically see on the exam. Because once you're strong, once your fundamentals are strong, and once you have practiced even difficult questions, you will see that when you write the exam, you will be able to easily go through the questions and achieve your dream score. So do keep that in mind. And again, the miles per hour and kilometer per hour story, which I told you, is a good way to just understand this, right? Now, let's get started with today's video. Now, as I told you, we're going to discuss an important topic which is often tested on the GRE and GMAT, which is overlapping sets. And in this video, let's particularly talk about overlapping sets where you have two items. And do remember to subscribe to this channel so that you will get updated with motivational videos, study tips, or best practices that you can employ in your studies, and again, various kinds of information or tips and tricks regarding GMAT and GRE. So do hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified about new videos, and comment below this video, I subscribed, and I will reply to you. I would really appreciate that. Now let's get started, and the best way to learn these type of questions is by solving a problem. All right, so let's read this question together and let's take a look at it together. In a certain office, 40% of the employees use laptops and smartphones. 20% of the employees who do not use laptops use smartphones. If 50% of the employees do not use smartphones, what percent of the employees with laptops use smartphones? So that's the question. All right, so again, pause the video, give it a try for a few seconds, like take 30 seconds or 1 minute, and then let's take a look at this question together. All right, we're back. I hope you have given it a try. Now let's take a look at this question together. So over here we have an office, and it says that 40% of the employees use laptops and smartphones. Again, this is a typical overlapping set question. All right, so there are two groups, right? So one is about laptops and the other group is about smartphones. And again, from the question, we know that there are some people who use laptops and there are some people who don't use laptops. Again, the key to solve these type of questions is the ability to effectively convert the information given over here into an image. Now you'll see that once we are done with that, you will be easily able to solve the question and your accuracy will be very high. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're trying to convert the information given over here into a picture, a diagram. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, so we have people who have laptops or use laptops, and we have people who don't use laptops. And in a similar manner, the other item or the other, again, we are talking about two items, right? So one item is laptops and the other item is smartphones. So we have people who use smartphones and we have people who don't use smartphones. So notice that this is the way that we can easily arrange the information given to us. Okay, and again, notice this area, for example, is laptops and smartphones, or this area over here would be laptops but not smartphones. Okay, so in this way we can easily visualize the information given to us. So let's proceed. It's given that 40% of the employees, okay, use laptops and smartphones. So again, we have percentages over here, and it's easier if we just convert this to numbers. Let's just assume that there are 100 employees in this office. Now it should work for 100 employees because we are, again, notice the answer options are also in terms of percentage. So the percentage wouldn't change even if the number of employees are 100 or 1000 or 10,000. So just to make the calculation easier, let's assume there are 100 people in this office. Okay, so 40% of 100 is 40. So 40 employees use laptops and smartphones. Now, which area in this diagram over here talks about laptops and smartphones? It's this area over here, right? You have laptops and smartphones. Okay, so over here, let's fill in 40. Okay, now let's proceed. Over here, it then says 20% of the employees who do not use laptops use smartphones. So employees who do not use laptops is this area over here, right? So let's say that the total number of employees who don't use laptops, let's say that it's X. So if this over here is X, then 20% of X is what we have over here, which is people who do not use laptops. So that's this over here, and use smartphones. That's this over here. So the intersection of this and this is this cell over here, and that is 20% of X. Now again, it's important that you read the question carefully and accurately translate the information given to this diagram. So that's what is very important. Okay, so 20% of the employees who do not use laptops. So it's not 20% of the total, it's 20% of employees who don't use laptops. Now again, remember, in this diagram, if I write X over here, and just for your understanding, if we take Y over here, X plus Y would be 100, right? The total number of employees, because people who use laptops and don't use laptops would add up to 100, right? So again, over here, let's just continue. We have taken the number of employees who don't use laptops as X, and 20% of that X is people who use smartphones. That's what's given over here. Okay, now let's continue. Again, notice the key over here is to convert the information given to you into a diagram. Let's proceed. It says 50% of the employees do not use smartphones. Again, it's 50% of the employees, which means 50% of the total number of employees, and we have assumed the total to be 100. So 50% of 100 is 50. Okay, so 50 people do not use smartphones. Now, what is the area in the graph where we talk about, in the diagram where we talk about people who don't use smartphones? It's this over here, right? We have people who don't use smartphones over here, and the total would be this place over here. Okay, now this is people who don't use smartphones and use laptops, and this cell over here is people who don't use smartphones and don't use laptops. And if you add these two together, you will get the people who don't use smartphones, which is the total over here. And we have just found out that that's equal to 50. So let me write 50 over here. Okay, so we have 50 over here, and because we know that the total is 100, and if this is 50, then this over here would be 100 minus this 50, which is also equal to 50. Again, remember, people who use smartphones, and if you add people who use smartphones and people who don't use smartphones, which is this over here and this over here, you would get 100, which is the total. In a similar manner, if you add these two, you'll also get 100. So that's why we got 50 over here. Therefore, this over here would be 100 minus 50, which is 50. So we have used all the information given to us and we have entered it into the diagram. Now let me make some space over here and let's proceed. Now over here, what is it that we can observe from the diagram? We can see that 40 plus 0.2x is equal to 50. So let's write that over here. 40 plus 0.2x is equal to 50. Therefore, 0.2x would be 50 minus 40, which is 10, or x is equal to 50. So we have found that this x over here is 50. Okay. And the question is, what percent of the employees with laptops use smartphones? So out of this, how many use smartphones? So we need to find 40 divided by this value over here. And this value over here would be 100 minus whatever is over here, because these two together add up to 100. And we have just found that this is 50. So this value over here would be 100 minus 50, which is 50. And the question is, 40 by 50 is what percentage? And that is nothing but 80%, which gives us the answer, which is answer option E. So notice that you will be able to solve any 2-item overlapping sets question if you approach it in this manner. You just need to convert the information given to you accurately into a diagram, and then you just play around with the diagram to get to the answer. Do remember, how did we approach it? We had 2 items. So over here we write the positive of one item and the negative of that same item, and over here we write the other item and the negative of that other item, and then we just draw these type of lines and we get 4 regions over here and we get 2 regions over here and over here. Okay, so that's how we approach this question. I hope this was useful for you and you will be able to attempt these type of questions on the GMAT and on the GRE. So all the best in your preparation. Do subscribe to this channel. Okay, if you would like more such content, it would motivate me to make more such content for you. Also do check out my Udemy courses for GMAT and GRE. I'm sure it would be very beneficial for you, and I have the links in the description below. All the best in your preparation. See you in the next video.